Hello, I'm Jon Kosmoski, founder of House of Kolor Custom Paints. In the early days, I wanted to be the best, and I wanted the best paints. And so when I started formulating our colors, I looked for the best pigments around the world. I looked for the best resins, the best solvent lineups. In order to be the best, you had to put the best in the can. Everybody talks about being good, but I wanted to prove it with the best stuff. And we really have done that. But we were limited in a lot of the things that we did. We'd mix a quart of paint, put the best pearl color in it, and we were stuck with that particular combination. And it's been great, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I came out with the PBCs, which stands for Pearl Base Coats, back in the 80s, it was a boon to the painters because nobody was using pure pigments and using the type of pearls that we had discovered. We go throughout the world looking for the proper ingredients to make things work. But what's happened now? I mean, we're kind of limited to some respects on just having one color. Look at our Tangelo, how popular that color's been. And I thought with all of the new technology that's going on around the world, and believe me, we keep our hand in touch with all the stuff that's being created, and we like to create a lot of our own. We've come up with some beautiful new pearls, and you got to see these. And so I thought about, here you got a candy base coat, and we put a pearl in a candy base coat to make a base that really covers over a proper primer. And now we've got colored primers. You need to look at those as well. But what could we do if we could put different pearls in those colors? Well, that wasn't available to you before. You'd buy a particular one and we'd pick the best pearl, but there's no creativity involved there for the painter. Well, where do you go from there? And then the environment. The government starts getting involved in telling us how the paints have to be in order to keep our planet green. And of course, we want to do that. And water has gotten so popular. I mean, you're seeing more and more waterborne, but understand, when you do a custom paint job, you're talking about 10 mils of paint. That's a lot of paint. And you're stacking it with water in there. Water only evaporates at one speed. Solvents, you can control the evaporation rates of those solvents. Well, what's the rule in Southern California, the most strict climate for custom painting? Right now, it's 3.5 volatile organic compounds pound per gallon, called VOCs. Well, we've just released our new Shimrin 2s, which are 2.8 VOC with solvent. We're beating the water. We're not against water. Water works for touch-ups and for overall refinishing on standard finishes, but when you start stacking the paint jobs the way our custom painters do, I mean, you've got to have a different technology, and we've got it. I mean, how exciting is this? We've created 9 brand new pearl colors like nothing you've ever seen. I mean, they surpass the old lead carbonates that we used to use back in the 50s and 60s. I mean, they were great pearls. They were beautiful, but they were 35% lead. Here we are with lead-free pigments and lead-free products with pearls that you can do amazing things with. So what have we done? We've gone back to the drawing board and we've said, what would a creative painter really want? He would want a mixing system of his own so he could create colors of his own. Shimrin 2. Keep thinking Shimrin 2 because I've got to tell you, this is breakthrough technology. I mean, we are moving at such warp speed with this new product. You're going to be so amazed at how easy it is to use. I mean, it's probably the most user-friendly mixing system you have ever seen. Shimrin 2s. They've got to be in your mind. If you're a custom painter and you haven't looked at this system, you're dropping the ball, my friend, because this is unbelievable. You can take a toner. We're now going to sell you 3/4 of a quart of the cleanest, meanest toner in every color combination that we can find throughout the world. And we're going to offer you 40 effect packs that can be added to that to change it. If you like a fine metallic, we've got 5 metallic base colors. From the very finest Porsche-like patina to the coarsest flake-like, you have 5 different choices now, where before you had 2. Remember the FBCs, fine base coats, and the BCs, the glamour metallic? I mean, they're still available. Don't think that you can't mix our original stuff. If you've got a car painted with our Tangelo, this system allows you to go right back there and mix the Tangelo. But if you want a hotter orange, you want something that's going to put you over the edge, take a look at some of the new stuff that's available with this effect pack combination. It's blow-away technology. I mean, we're not talking about 3,000 colors. We're talking about as many colors as you want to make. It's off the wall. If you start mixing the effect packs, let's say you want to do a chameleon. You want to walk around the car and you want to have it just do a slight color change. You add a little bit of the chameleon to some metallic to the effect pack and put that in your toner, and now you've got an exclusive formula that you can do on a mixing scale. You can do it by parts. We show formulas both ways. So if you have a mixing scale, you're fortunate enough to have a mixing scale, you can formulate and make it your own. Put your own name on it. It's your color, baby. You know, you've got something that other painters aren't going to be able to duplicate. They're never going to know how you did it. So it's going to set you apart from other painters. Now the scale. We've got a white pearl now that is the whitest pearl I've seen since the lead carbonate days. I mean, you're able to now put on a white pearl that's going to live in the sun. It's going to last. It's going to hold up. It's going to stay white. And talk about shimmering. The Shimrin 2s, we've got new pearls that put a sparkle. I mean, I've always thought, if you could put more of a sparkle in the candy base coat, what would that do? Well, now you can do it with our Cosmic Sparks. You can add so much more brilliance. They're the same particle size as every other pearl, but they have 4 times the brilliance and reflectivity. When you look at it, people are going to say, is that a metallic? No, it's a pearl. It's a very special pearl, exclusive to us. And so the point is, you have to take a look at the Shimrin 2 system, because I'm only scratching the surface of where we're going to go with this.